So how is it you make scones?
I'm sorry, what? How do I make scones? Make scones? Darling, what the hell are they talking about?
I think they are actually inquiring about how the servants bring the scones to us.
Indeed, yes, that. Final answer. Goodbye. What do you mean, people don't have servants? I don't understand. I thought there was like a scone tree or something. I think I need to talk to Mother. Hi, I'm Dave, the Brit.
I'm Heidi, the American.
And we're here today to talk about scones.
Biscuits?
No. So scones, scoans, however you like to say it, that quintessentially British treat. As with a lot of regional cooking, everybody has their own variation on this thing, and I'm no different. This is mine. We hope you enjoy it. First things first, preheat your oven to 220 degrees C, 200 degrees C if that's fan assisted.
Which in Americanese would be 430 Fahrenheit or 390 convection on.
So, what do you need to make scones? A palette knife if you have one. A nice flat butter knife will also work. You'll also want a tall cutter. We use a round one that's 7 centimeters across, but you can use whatever shape and size you want, as long as it's taller than your dough will end up being. So, on to the ingredients. Add 350 grams of plain, that's all-purpose flour, to a large mixing bowl. To that, add 45 grams of granulated sugar, 15 grams of baking powder, and 2 grams of salt. Then mix through well with a fork. You then need 85 grams of chilled, unsalted butter. If you cut it into cubes first, it will make your life easier. Now we need to make the buttermilk. To a small pan, add 175 grams of milk, 5 grams of vanilla extract, and 5 grams of fresh lemon juice. Bottled is fine. Put it on a low heat and stir continuously until it is tepid. If you put your finger in and need a hospital, you probably want to let it cool down. And if you need a scarf and a cup of hot chocolate, maybe let it warm up a little more. Oh, and if it curdles, don't worry about it. You can still use it just fine. Hey presto, buttermilk. You could just use 185 grams of plain buttermilk, but where's the fun in that?
Once you have combined your dry ingredients and have your buttermilk ready, you want to rub the cold butter through the dry ingredients with your fingertips until it resembles very fine breadcrumbs or wet sand. There shouldn't be any lumps of butter left. Make a well in the middle of the mixture and then pour in your buttermilk. Take your palette knife and draw the edge through from one side of the bowl to the other. Turn the bowl and repeat. You will keep doing this until it forms a dough. This technique stops your warm hands from melting the butter and ruining the dough. Scone dough should be handled as little as possible for the best results. As the dough combines, it will get harder to bring the knife through, but stick with it. When you can see that there isn't any of the dry ingredients left to mix through, take the dough out of the bowl. Knead the dough very gently 3 or 4 times to make sure that any loose dry ingredients are combined and then form into a rough ball. Now, slap it like it owes you money until it's down to around 1 centimeter thick. We prefer this way as it avoids adding more flour, and rolling tends to make firmer, denser scones. Grab a little extra flour and your cutter of choice. Now when you cut, it is important that you do not twist.
I just thought you'd need to twist.
If you twist, you fail. Twisting equals tears. Equals tears. Tears.
Dip the cutter into the flour, press down, and then lift straight out. Oh yeah, try to remember to knock off the flour. Remove the excess dough. Put it to one side and put the scones on a lined baking tray. Make sure to leave some space between each scone. Knead the dough back together 2 or 3 times. Try not to overwork it. Each time you knead, it will lead to scones that don't rise so well. Slap it down again and repeat until you end up with a wonky one. We call that the tester. Grab some milk and a pastry brush. Brush the milk on the top of each scone. And try not to let it run down the sides, as this will stop the scones from rising properly. We'll speed up this bit, as I was trying so hard to not get any on the side. I ended up looking like the Bob Ross of scone making here.
I'm glad you could join me today. Stone under there that causes that water to do that. And you can make that effect just by pulling with a fan brush. It looks like that water surging over a stone that's underneath.
When you are done with the milk wash, place the tray in the middle of your preheated oven and bake until just golden brown on top. That's about 12 minutes depending on your oven. To make the scone, you should never need a knife. If the scone has come out okay, you should be able to pull it apart. Put a good teaspoon of jam into the center of the scone and then spread it out a little. Then a generous spoon of clotted cream in the center.
We make ours with strawberry jam and clotted cream. Let's not pretend anything other than clotted cream works. It doesn't. Also, if you put the cream on first, feel free to just throw those scones straight into the bin. Cornwall for life!
Put the top back on and enjoy.
At the end of the day, have it however you want. Strawberry jam, raspberry jam, clotted cream, whipped cream, put the jam and cream in your mouth first, then chew the scone. It's a very underrated cake, biscuity, confectionery thing. Even the Americans have managed to create kind of an overworked dough version called the biscuit and make it savory. So it just goes to show you that it's very, very versatile. As long as you enjoy it and as long as you're baking, that's all that really matters. We hope you like the video. Feel free to leave us a comment and let us know how you got on.